Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast, hello, hello, hello. It is wonderful to connect with you, to say hi, how are you? How do you do? What is going on, beloved, with you? What be happening? What be happening? What's going on in your world? For those of you who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. For those of you who will hashtag it and replay it, yes, 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 yes. For those of you who will be on and I don't know you on and I might not never know you on, I can appreciate that. And then for those of you who will be used by Papa or down the road to encourage this girl, let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for however it is that you show up in your universe. As long as you're showing up in the way that honors your soul. Well, I guess that's the qualification, right, for me. It's showing up in the way that honors your soul. I certainly encourage that powerfully, and uh, I encourage that to be the way that you just allow um, your mark, right? You allow what your soul says to be your truth, to be your truth, to be your mark. All right. This little thing is getting on my nerves. I should have turned it off. I'm distracted by it. Good morning, Virginia from Virginia. So good to see you, my sister. So good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today we're talking about this notion of get to know what works for you and leverage that. Get to know what works for you and leverage that. We all have tasks, ways of being that is ours to execute in this life of ours, in this earthly sojourn. Um, we have tasks and responsibilities and just the essence of our being that is calling us, right? And so we need to know what works. What works to help you to be the best version of yourself? What works that allows you to show up as you? What works that gives you permission to just do you, as India Ari says? Somebody's got to be a star. Just do you. Somebody's got to raise the bar. Just do you. Somebody's got to take a chance. Just do you today, she says. If you create the game, you create the rules. If you just do you, I love this part when she says this, there's no way you can lose. If you just do you, there's no way you can lose. Get to know what works for you and leverage that, right? Do you need a lot of people or a few people? Do you need a lot of silence, a lot of time alone? Do you need a lot of engagement? Do you need lots of resources, extended rest? Do you need excitement and um, differences, exposure? Like, what do you need? What is required of you to show up as your best version, to get the thing that gives you life and to share the thing that gives you life? Look, we had our third class last night and it was fire. Or was it our fourth class? It's our third. Good morning, Brian. So good to see you, sis. I think it was our it was our third class and it was fire. Sherry Naylor, good morning. I thought about you yesterday. Um, and it was fire. It was absolute fire, to use Tanya's words. And so the biggest thing that came out of last night, I want to share that with you all. The biggest thing that came out of last night was this notion. And this was worth the class all by itself. I told the participants that, hey, if you get nothing out of this class, get this, get this. And it is this notion that um, be yourself and give of yourself, right? Be yourself and give of yourself. And I want to read this other part. You, beloved, are a very special being with such a magnificent purpose. You are needed, wanted, seen, understood, accepted, and completely loved. Infinite possibilities are available to you. Be yourself and give of yourself. Be yourself and give of yourself, beloved. And so I invite you to that. I invite you to simply be yourself. I invite you to give of yourself. I invite you to live your life on your terms without apology, without apologizing for who Papa created you to be, without apologizing for the unique way in which you show up in the universe, without apologizing for your idiosyncrasies and your little quirks and all those kinds of things. Like, don't apologize for that. That brings the flavor, right? That brings the excitement to it. It keeps people curious. And curiosity did not kill the cat. Absolutely. Curiosity is what helps to keep us alive and vibrant and expansive, being curious. And so I invite us to get to know what works for us. And look, what worked for us in our 20s don't work in our 30s, 40s, or 50s, right? So be willing to say it's time to shift. It's time to change. It's time to do something different. Know that that is within your capacity, your ability to do. Don't just stay with where you've been because that's what you've done and that is what has worked for you in the past. Look, beloved, is it working now? Does it serve you now? Do you get your needs met now? If the response is no, then guess what? Um, if the response is no, then don't worry about. Well, no. What am I saying? If the response is no, then worry. Not no. Don't worry about it. That's accurate. Change it. Get to know what works for you and leverage it. Do your own investigative work. If you realize that something that served you before is no longer serving you and you still need something in that place, your responsibility is to go exploring, is to do some research, figure out what you need. And beloved, by all means, give yourself what you need. Don't wait on somebody else. Don't leave your wellness in somebody else's hand, right? Don't be at the beck and call or at the mercy. That's the word I'm looking for. Don't be at the mercy of someone else's time frame, of someone else's inclination, or someone else's opinion of the way that you should do you. You do you the way that Papa says that you do you. Papa's opinion is the only one that matters from an essence standpoint. I'm not talking about in life. We serve each other. We're with each other. We support each other. We speak into each other's lives. We influence each other. I know that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when it comes to what your soul is inviting you to what your soul says, to what your soul knows to be true, to what your soul is needing and desiring and hoping for. When it comes to that, beloved, then it is important for you to do what your soul says. And sometimes you got to make a shift. Sometimes you got to do something quite different. Sometimes it's imperative for you to lay down the old tools, the old strategies, the old ways, because they just are no longer serving you. They're no longer effective. They might be good for somebody else. They might work for somebody else. They simply don't work for you, right? It simply does not work for you. And so I invite you to assess. This is an assessment call. This is an invitation to assess. What works for you? What's your best opportunity? What's your best approach? What is your best tool? What is your best strategy to leverage, to leverage for you to do the thing that's called you to do? First of all, you got to know what you're called to do. What's your call? What is Papa's ask of you in this season of your life? What is his ask of you? What is his invitation for you? Letitia, good morning, dear. Love you back. What is Papa's I don't know what this is. It's something called. What is Papa's invitation to you in this season of life? Shine the spotlight on it. Shine the spotlight on it. Whatever Papa's invitation to you in this season of life is, my question is, do you have the tools that you need for you to answer, right, Papa's invitation, for you to accept it and execute it? Whatever it is, we're not here for no reason. Good morning, Pastor April. Grand rising to you as well. We are not here for no reason, right? We're not here for no reason. We are here. Good morning, Ray Price. Welcome, welcome. Right? There is purpose and intention and destiny to be fulfilled. It is hump day. I'm excited about hump day, for destiny to be fulfilled, right? And so it is absolutely imperative for us to know that beyond a shadow of a doubt, you have something you need to add. I want to read that to you again. I just want to read it for your hearing. It says, "You are a very special being with such a magnificent purpose, a magnificent purpose. You are needed, wanted, seen, understood, accepted, and completely loved." I love the way that they penned this. I got to figure out where I got it from. I think I got it from the inner work. Infinite possibilities are available to you. Be yourself. And when we embrace that, when we believe it, when we can lean fully in that, we can give ourselves permission to be ourselves and to get and to give of ourselves. Okay, so be ourselves and share ourselves in ways that help others. Be ourselves and share ourselves in ways that help others. Be ourselves and give of ourselves. Be ourselves and share of ourselves in ways that are helpful to others. Like, that's what makes the world go round, as the song says, right? That's what makes the world go round. That's what gives us life. That's what blesses humanity. That's what advances the kingdom. That's what honors Papa, who breathed the breath of life into us, and we became living souls, souls with purpose, souls with intent. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. Right? Plans to prosper you, plans to wait, where is it? Where is it? Wait. For I know the plans I have for you, say the Lord, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Look. And yours is unique. Yours is not like mine, and mine is not like yours. Our business is to peel, like to dig down into that, to get clarity on what that is, to know that it is what it is, for it to be what it is, right? That's our responsibility, is to ensure that we are fulfilling our plan. Your plan is not my plan, but you know what? Our plans might intersect. Our plans may support each other. Our plans may be necessary for someone else's plan to be fulfilled in the way that Papa envisions, right? So we are intricately connected, right? We are intricately connected. We need each other. We need each other. No one in the Bible were solo flyers. No one did fulfilled their destiny without the support of someone else. No one did. Everybody had someone, right? Everybody had someone. What Paul had Silas, Paul had Barnabas, right? And Jesus had John, and Moses had Aaron and Miriam, right? And David had Jonathan. Do you see? Everybody needed somebody. I'm so grateful for that. I am grateful that I know and I do live my life in that way, that I can't do this by myself. I cannot. I cannot do it by myself. I am in need of other humans. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Because I prefer it that way. I prefer it that way, that I am in need of other human beings in my life, for me to have my life fulfilled. Now, but there are some parts that are mine to do, and I can't be dependent upon them, right? Because Papa's always going to have a ram in the bush. He's always going to have somebody to come forth and bring forth and all of those things. He's always going to do that. And so when we think about what's yours to do, like, I'm super excited about it as we ask ourselves these questions. In this season of life, Papa, how would you have me to be? Like, what is it that I am to gift your universe with? Right? What is it that I am to bring forth in this time? And how do I need to be for that to manifest as you would have it to? So get to know what works for you and leverage that. Get to know what it is that you need and make it work for you. Make it work. Go after it and leave no stone unturned, beloved. Don't stop until you have complete fulfillment of that which is yours to bring forth in this season of life. Don't stop until you have absolute, complete fulfillment, right? Because if you don't do you, we don't get what you have to add to this thing called life. And that would be a tragedy. That would be a tragedy. One of the greatest losses in our human existence is when we don't believe in ourselves, when we believe the lie that's promulgated throughout this system that we are not enough. That is an absolute erroneous statement. You are more than enough to fulfill the intention that was birthed within you. Because the truth of the matter is nobody else could do it. So there is never, ever, ever, ever a need for competition. When we own that, when we own that we are unique, we are what is it? We are irreplaceable, unrepeatable, remarkable miracles, with our own special brand of brilliance. We really are irreplaceable, unrepeatable, remarkable miracles. That's what you are. That's what I am. When I own that, when I know that to be my truth, beloved, I walk differently. I show up differently. I present differently. I create differently. I don't question and second guess and wonder if sufficiency is here. You was born enough. What? You was born more than enough. Because Papa does a complete work. He does a complete work. So society, the world system has bamboozled us, right? And so wherever it is that's left in you, the messages that say lack and limitation, that you are not enough and you don't have what you need, that's an erroneous statement. It is the lie, and the truth is not in it. The truth is that you are more than enough to be the version of human and divine, right? We have both that Papa intended. Now go maximize that version. Go leverage that version. Go celebrate and honor, appreciate that version. Go and magnify that version. Go and become everything that's possible for you to become. Leave nothing on the court, beloved. Nothing on the court. Don't hesitate. Don't half step. Don't apologize. Don't look back. Don't pause, right? Except for a salah, a Sabbath. But beloved, absolutely not. Do not apologize for your. Don't shrink. Don't shrink, but explode and expand and increase and become more. Dig deeply and ask Papa, okay, how else do you want me to develop? How else do you want me to become? What more do you want me to add to your universe? How else shall I be? And then go after it with everything, every fiber of your being that you are. And have a ball while doing it. Now, this might sound intense, but I don't intend for it to not be fun. You being the best version of you ought to be fun. You sharing yourself with others ought to be fun. You discovering everything about you that there is to discover, it ought to be fun. And if it's not fun, I think you might be missing the mark, right? I'm not saying that everything will be fun. There, of course, are times when it's not fun. Sometimes it's just getting down there, doing the thing we know to do. But there ought to be lots of fun on this journey. I intend it and I do it. And I invite you to it as well. I love you, beloved. I really do. I appreciate you. I value you. At the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you know what we did. We forfeited, we relinquished, you and I, we gave up the right to not be amazing. You are amazing. Absolutely, phenomenally amazing. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now. Well, let me read the statement going on. You are a very special being with such a magnificent purpose. You are needed, wanted, seen, understood, accepted, and completely loved. I love how that sounds. Infinite possibilities are available to you. Be yourself and give from that true place of your soul. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Oh, at the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished, we gave up the right to not be amazing.